So can you tell us like some ways that we can craft our messages so that it comes out in a way that it's authentic and people actually want to lean in and listen to it?
hmm Well, when you think about your messages, especially when you're working with reporters, your media outlets, a lot of it is to look at why does their audience care? So why do their viewers, their listeners, their readers care? And I know sometimes people will think because they are doing something, it's newsworthy.
Mhm.
And it may not be, like, just say if it's a conference, I'll use that as an example. People do conferences every day. So if you want to have a reporter cover your conference, you really might have to look at what issue is your conference addressing? How do we tag that to what's trending in the news? Do you have specific speakers who are like, well known, or they're telling things that people really want to hear about, that it's impacting a large group of people? These are all things that you can work with in developing your messaging and helping to get your story out there. But it really has to kind of boil down to what would a reporter deem newsworthy? So that's what I try to help people work on, developing those messages and just seeing, maybe it might be, just say if it's Women's History Month, I will work with people. How do we highlight women in your businesses that are doing some wonderful things? Have they created, done some inventions, whatever it is? How do we work with that and get that message out? So that's like an example of how you just try to see what's trending in the news as well and just, kind of develop your messaging around that.
Wow, I never thought about that. And maybe I specifically haven't thought about that because I haven't done the conference yet that I want to do, or the seminar that I've been talking about forever.
hmm
That's a great point. What is trending out there and what do people care about? Because it could be
hmm
trending and people don't care, right?
Right. That's true. That is very, very true. So you just have to kind of look at the impact. If it's something, dealing with health, if it's something, it could be a number of different things. But yeah, just kind of keeping mindful. And then as the PR professional, like with my agency, for instance, you have public relations. I try to explain to people that it is different from advertising or marketing. I think they're all important. But when you think about PR is more of your earned media. So it's the relationships that people like myself, like I would have with reporters, the connections that I make with them, that when I come to them with a pitch, a media pitch to cover a story, they're looking to work with me, or I can sell them on what your business is doing and the importance and the significance of this and why it's important to their readers or to their listeners or their viewers. Then we have an opportunity for coverage. So, that's why it's important. Now with advertising, it's guaranteed, you pay for it, but it can be whatever you want because you've paid for it. Sometimes we always look at your earned media as generating a little bit more credibility because a reporter doesn't have to write about you or to, tell your story. But when they do, it's obviously because they found some value in what it is that you do and how it's going to impact their audience.
If you just enjoyed that video, check out the longer version right here.